Продолжаем играть Kingdom Come Deliverance. Называется «Бедность, целомудрие и послушание». Этим сейчас и займемся. Этим заданием. Всем приятного просмотра и хорошего настроения. Надо мне попасть будет. Надо будет мне попасть в монастырь. Сейчас пока идем до сюда. Переходом быстреньким рванем. Надо там мне с Карлом каким-то поговорить, чтобы попасть. Я так понимаю, что у него надо вещи взять, чтобы попасть в монастырь. Так просто туда не попадешь. Сейчас прискочим, тут даже никого нету. Интересно. Так, теперь надо нам вернуться. Чтобы поговорить с Карлом. Ну дай бог мы его сейчас найдем. Того Карла. Так. Что-то я тут застрял. Маленько не так заскочил. Доскакал не туда. Лазить надо с этого огорода. Ага. Маленько даже не доскакал, получается. Ага, вот тут нам надо его найти. Может, сейчас он хоть пришел. Ты Карл? Нет. Говори сразу. Пиши на листочке. Я не Карл.
God be with you. You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Сейчас заново пройдемся.
God be with you, good sir.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Всех сейчас придется.
You. You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Что такое-то? Где этот Карл? С этим я тоже. О, вот он, походу. Карл вот тут.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Да что такое-то? Это кто? Корчмарь? Мясник? Вот, может, мясник, скорее всего, да, он.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Нет. А вон там кто идет? Вон Карл, походу, идет.
God be with you. You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Да что такое-то? Витус. Что за Витус? Витус под...
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Это сын кузнеца. Так. Может, он в корчме в самой. О, вот стоит.
What? Are you volunteer to get your head smashed in?
Давай.
That's right. Let's go.
Ох ты, вот он, наконец-то.
Good day to you. Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Could we speak in private? I have some issues with the monastery.
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred here has his head permanently stuck up my arse. Get rid of him for me, please.
How much longer must I wait?
Here, just as you ordered.
Ну-ка давай с тобой что-нибудь.
My respects to you.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Давай.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness, but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished. Until then, I have
Зараза.
something to do.
I've been looking for you two for quite some time. I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
So, I'm just to take you at your word, am I? But where's your seal? You haven't got one. And if you were a messenger, you wouldn't be
Сука, не
idling
поверила.
about in this tavern.
Засранец.
Get out of my sight, you fraud.
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my guard down for a second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him.
Ну, засранец.
Look where you're going.
There's something I'd like to talk about. What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what?
I'll bring it
Listen,
right away.
friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can. One ale over here, please.
Put me an ale.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to
Блин,
mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness, but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished.
Зараза.
Until then, I have a job to do.
Ладно.
There's something I'd like to talk about. Let's have a drink.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. And will my guardian angel here join us in imbibing? No, he will not. Perish the thought. My dear, dear lad, what a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern, we should pay a visit to some whores. But Manfred won't let me. Get rid of him.
Засранец. Что с ним сделать-то?
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my guard down for a second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him
Засранец,
get
а.
drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness,
Сука.
but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished. Until then, I have a job to do.
Что с ним сделать-то такого?
I'm in a fighting mood. Oi,
Be a bit.
are you staring at me?
Here you are, and good health.
Не хочешь по-хорошему?
Here. Come here, quick! Alarm!
Help! Here! My God! Somebody, help!
Вот сука, засранец, а. Сам же просил.
Fuck's sake!
Фига они бегают быстро, а.
For fuck's sake! My God!
Ну, засранец, а. Блин, я уже ждал. Я еще теперь, блин, разбойником окажусь. Да. Этот забияка еще и убежал самый первый. Вот зараза. Засранец. Ха, вот они. Ха-ха. Че, он сейчас очнется?
There's something I'd like to talk about. Could we speak in private? I have some issues with the monastery.
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred here has his head permanently
Да он
stuck in
валяется
my
без
arm.
сознания.
Get rid of him for me, please.
You! Stop right where you are.
Surrender! You'll have to
All
answer
right,
for your
you
law
win.
breaking.
Чё надо?
It's you! You cripple someone. This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn crime doesn't pay.
As you wish.
Just my luck. Look, I can't tell you anymore. The fate of the whole empire hangs in the balance between King Wenceslas and King Sigismund. High politics, you know? Not a peep to anyone.
My heart bleeds for you.
Ладно.
Damn it. Here's your coin then.
You paid for your crimes. I hope you've learned your lesson.
Ох. Так, ладно. Изувечил.
Jesus! Look where you're going!
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my
Блядь,
guard
а
down
тут
for a
какое?
second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to
Watch
mischief.
where you go.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel
Засранца.
unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness, but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished.
What are
Until
you
then,
doing?
I have a job to do.
Ну засранец, а что с ним делать-то? Ни в какую не хочет.
Hey, watch it!
Карл, давай уже что-нибудь.
These days.
Ой.
There's something I'd like to talk about. Let's have a drink.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. And will my guardian angel here join us in imbibing? No, he will not. Perish the thought. My dear, dear lad, what a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern, we should pay a visit to some whores. But Manfred won't let me. Get
Как?
rid of him.
Я должен избавиться. Ты убегаешь сразу, засранец. Убегаешь же сразу, если я вырублю сейчас. А, блин, не это.
You must have a mic. So let's drink together.
Forgive my rude.
Блин, засранец, а. Хм. Давай маханемся с тобой пару раз.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Ух ты.
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore is already used.
What? He's not getting away with that! Oi, old man! What did you say about
Jesus,
my mother?
what do I have to do to get a drink
I
here?
said, what did you say about my dear old ma?
If she's as repulsive as you, I have no reason to speak to her at all. Now leave me alone before I put you in
Ух
your
ты.
place.
Put me in my place? I'd like to see you try. I'm gonna smash your face in, old man.
Good help.
Bollocks.
Карл,
You're denied.
Here we
Давай.
are.
как эта задача не...
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop
Он его
until I'm
вырубил.
behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You could only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ. I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare-arsed? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
I'll be right back with that.
That's all then.
Here.
Ale.
Coming right up.
Так. Надо украсть. Может, ты мне еще что-то расскажешь?
There's something I'd like to talk about.
Ага.
What if I entered the monastery?
If you...
Так, ладно, ладно.
So what?
Я сейчас опять натравлю на тебя вот этого мужика.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore was the word he used.
What? He's not getting away with that!
Won't celebrate my final hour.
You're carrying on as if you're dying.
There's something I'd like to talk about. What if...
If so...
Да ты чё встал-то? Иди давай. Ты чё засранец, а? Сука тебя прям.
Are you...
You see that old man sit...
What? He's not getting away with that!
Давай.
Your own intemperance, let's get you here.
Intemperance. It was nothing but the usual sin.
Ale for me.
And because of it, you're taking away my life.
Ты чё не идешь-то?
This is a blessing, not a curse.
Давай уже, иди.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Давай.
That's right. Let's go.
Ну ты чё? Вот засранец, а.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
That's right. Let's go.
And where should I be walking to? Not even
What
a
is it?
team of oxen could drag me to the monastery.
If If you get as drunk as you plan, it'll be easy to take you there in a wagon.
Блин, а.
There's something I'd like to talk about. What if
I would give if you help me get rid.
Попробуй, ладно.
So what? Please.
Our Lord Almighty!
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If
Засранец, а. Давай иди разбирайся с ним, ёб твою мать, блядь.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
I shan't drink.
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore was the word he used.
What? He's not getting away with that!
Ну, засранец, и не идет же.
I'll be back in 2.
Ну-ка, давай-ка.
Look for your dog.
Часик дреману. Зараза, а.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord? He said something about your mother. I think whore was the word he used.
What? He's not getting away with that!
And because of it, you're taking away my life.
You must understand. This is a blessing, not a curse. What would others give to serve God here? In Sasa.
What would I give if I didn't have to serve him at all?
What are you gawking at? You want a punch in the face? Does anybody want a punch in the face?
Давай.
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
That's right. Let's go.
Засранец, и драться не хочет. Давай уже, Карл. Понятно. Так, что там? Украсть кошелек сопровождающего. Ну давай попробуем. Зараза.
What the hell are you doing? Watch where you're going.
Hey!
Coming.
Damn! What is it?
Я этого Карла искал. Вот он и есть, этот Карл сраный. Сука.
What the hell? What is it? Jesus! Look where you're going!
Coming right up. As you
Have you lost something?
Все. Мы сделали, что нам надо. По-другому, конечно. Так. Так а зачем мне избавляться, если я уже сделал, что надо? Ну-ка, а все-таки.
Oh God! Oh God! For fuck's sake!
Да в жопу тебя.
Somebody help!
Так, факел надо зажечь. Так. Нафиг им что-то помочь хотел. Так. Все, что мы там? С этим мы вроде справились. Справиться с письмом. С. Где она? А, туда наоборот и надо. Ну давай.
You there! Stop! You'll have to answer for your lawbreaking.
Давай.
Ah, kurwa!
Помог ему еще, он козел. Засранец такой, сдал меня, пошел. С потрохами.
What the hell do you think you're doing hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here. Is that clear? This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn crime doesn't pay.
Ну-ка посмотрим.
This is surely no way to treat one of Sir Radzig's men. I dread to think what he'll do when he finds out.
What of it? The law applies to everyone.
Ну ладно.
Damn it. Here's your coin then.
You've paid for your crimes. I hope you've learned your lesson. What are you doing here? Get lost or you'll have me to reckon with. Are you deaf? Ah, shit! I'm...
Чё надо-то? Сторож, ёлка.
I've had enough of your shit. When I said clear off, I meant right now. You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat fine.
На, 15.
All right, here you are.
You've purged yourself before the law, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. You can be sure of that.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He got drunk last night and wasn't able to come with me today.
Such irresponsibility. And you share his guilt for abandoning him. Although, of course, inebriation is a sin. Well, we'll see. Can you read and write?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance.
Так, куда мне это снять и положить, интересно мне знать. А? Лошадь, что ли? Буцефала? Ну ладно. Гроши. Сейчас мы изучим. Может, хоть скакать будем потом. Хорошо. Ой. Ага. Ладно. Сейчас мы тогда сделаем вот так вот. Сейчас изучим все это. Скакать можно зато. Тык-тык-тык-тык. Еще больше у меня никакой книги нету. Вот же еще. А, нет. Так, тут что у нас? Так. Так, на лошадь. Спал. Не надо, да? Все. На второй этаж сгонять надо. Так, факел уберем. Все, разделся. Блин, надо было хоть что-нибудь оставить. Ну ладно. Так. На первом этаже. Все, мы разделили голожопики. Сейчас мы нашинскую рясу оденем. Так.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realize how much I'd grown used to it.
О, все, вот.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Ох ты как все. Нифига себе сейчас. Ля-ля-ля. Ладно, богохульствовать не буду. Что-то отвернулся, засранец.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict.
Хорошо.
Opus Dei, obedientia, ob probria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all
Хорошо,
discomfort.
блин, ну вот и не читать, я
These
ж не
are the
научился.
cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et viva
На латыни-то вообще надо читать. Ох.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum. In loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
Вот это. Да.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Ничего себе. Прикольно. Да, это пофигу. Я что хотел, то сделал. Выполнил.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
It was my choice. For a common lad like me, it's the easiest way to get an education and do something worthwhile with my life.
It looks like we're both here for the same reason. I think we'll get along.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. Watch your step, brother. God be with you. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Ох ты, ох ты, ох ты. О.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night,
Pay more
punishing
attention,
any
brother.
misbehaving novices.
Then watch your
So
step, brother.
beware. Slow down, brother. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. Pay more attention, brother. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. It occurs to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Celerius. They say he used to be a thief.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Сейчас попробуем узнать.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Ну ладно. Так, что еще?
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Так. Иголка в стогу сена, блин. Ну-ка, почему это?
The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief. If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
Так, здесь его нету. Где его сейчас найти? А вот он, Б. Так. А что у нас под Б? Идти спать, познакомиться с другими послушниками. Ага. Пойдем. Знакомиться с другими послушниками. Мне нужно найти его. Монах, опа. Вот он ты, козлина. Ну, я так. Может, это не он на самом деле.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
I'm interested in the other novices. Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
Who would you vote for as the new abbot if you could?
Why do you care? We don't have the right to vote, so we shouldn't get mixed up in it.
I'm just interested, that's all.
I like John better. But like I've said, it's not our place to get involved. It's enough that Antonius is mixed up in it. Don't you start too.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Так, ладно. Давай с тобой поговорим.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although, it's not important. Welcome to Purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me.
Так, это значит
I've
не
no
он.
head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
Не понял. Ага.
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my brothers, my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
Вот он, значит.
They must have realized you robbed them.
Нет.
And you stashed away.
Indeed so.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
Peace be with you, brother.
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Very well. I won't ask.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
Actually, I don't care. God save.
Чё, чижик святоша, что ли? Ну-ка. Так. Блин. Так, ладно. Чижик, значит, это. Ну, хотя, что-то походит на него. Мне кажется, чижик это все-таки.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter, and soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
Are there already candidates to be the new abbot?
Brothers John and Nevlis, but the others have been fighting like dogs because of them. We don't have to fight about anything, though.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry. We'll get our chance.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
This John, who is he?
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Так. Так, ну ладно. На этом, наверное, я думаю, надо закончить. А завтра продолжим поиски. Посмотрим потом, что там. Ну, я думаю, это этот. Что это вдруг? Выше надо подняться, что ли?
Pay more attention.
Чижик, сука. Ты это полюбаса.
Watch your step, brother.
Someone really reeked magmatics.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there, and it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll soon be solved. It's a wonder that Pryor doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
Так, ну ладно, на этом мы закончим. Завтра продолжим. Это, скорее всего, он, потому что он подпевает, подбухивает. Вот сейчас я услышал, что они между собой говорили. Получается, все-таки это он. Завтра продолжим. Всем спасибо. за просмотр. Подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии. Игра сохранилась, так что завтра продолжим. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.